Hi guys, Mrs. Angel here. So we are going to be making a pop art desert landscape. And a landscape has a foreground, which is the front, a middle ground, which is the middle, and a background, which is the back. Not the back of the paper, but the back of the painting or the picture or the drawing. And we are going to be using a desert scape to kind of add in some bright colors and bright patterns. And we've talked about pop art before. It's again popular art with big, bright, bold colors and lots of lines and designs. And we're always talking about different lines and patterns and shapes because those are elements of art. So the first thing we're going to want to do is you're going to need a piece of paper and you're going to need a pencil, and then you'll need something to color with in the end. You know that I always use a Sharpie because it's easier for you to see. But what we're going to want to do is we want to start with the foreground, which is the front. And we need to put a line about a third of the way down, so not in the middle, but a little bit down. And we are going to draw our land. The next thing we want to do is we want to draw two different types of cactuses. So one is a saguaro, which is the one that we often know with like the little arms. And so again, you just would kind of go up, bring it out and in, and then go up, and then again, bring it out, bring it in, and come on down. Now this is in the foreground in the front, so that's why it's bigger. And if you drew with pencil, you'd be able to erase that line. And then we're gonna do a different type of cactus, which is called an agave cactus. And that one is more spiky and on the ground. And so I kind of draw a line like this. I kind of bring it in. I go out again, bring it in, out. Something also too when you watch these videos is that you can always pause them, go step by step and rewind, because obviously these videos are much shorter than an actual class period, and I go much faster than I would if we were in class. So again, just make sure if you're doing this at home or you've missed the class that you're just rewatching this and just going at your own pace. So after we have our saguaro and our agave cactus, we are going to draw 2 or 3 triangle type mountains in the back. And again, they're not going to go all the way to the top because I want to leave room for like a little sunset, but I'm going to kind of go up and bring it on down. And I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to start here, up, and bring it on down. And again, I'm not drawing through the cactus because the cactus is in front, and this is our middle ground because this is in the middle of the picture. And then you may want to add, one more over here if you'd like, or you can just leave it. I'll add a little one over here, kind of going off the page. Now I want to make a sunset in the background. So I'm going to do a curved line for the sun. And then I'm going to make some sun rays coming out of my sun to break up the background, because the sun is the background, is the very back. So I'm going to make some sun rays. And obviously we know that sun rays aren't exactly black lines, and they don't, their lines don't come right out, but this is again a pop art picture. So now that I'm here, I'm looking at it, I just ended up retracing and erasing that extra line there. But I'm realizing that I might want to do one more little cactus right here, one of those agave ones again, and I'm just going to kind of make a line out, bring it in. Make kind of a line out, bring it in. Line out, bring it in. Line out, bring it in. Kind of cap it off. Add another little one in here. Okay. Now for the designing part. So we want to make sure when we do our pop art we want to add those lines and those designs and lots of those shapes that we talked about before. So again, we've done this before. This is not anything that's like different than what we've done. We've added patterns and lines before. So I'm going to just add in my background. Again, you guys have done this with pencil first, and then you'll add a simple design with lines in the background. So I might add just some big wavy lines in my background. And if you notice, I'm not drawing through the cactuses. I'm leaving the cactuses as they are. I also am going to add some designs inside my agave cactus. And what you will do is after you're done doing all of the designing, you'll go through and you'll use a black marker or a black color pencil, and you will trace over your lines and your designs so that way they really pop out. And then you can do the coloring. But again, I'm just adding a little bit of dots in here just for a design. I'll add a zigzag pattern in here. Now for my cactus, I am definitely going to add some lines in here. Just kind of bring them on down in there. And now when I go to do my designs and my shapes for my background, I can think of different patterns that I might want to do. So for example, I may want to do maybe some angled zigzags. So I might want to do some big patterns, but yet skip a little space and start another one. And then when I do the coloring, I'll be able to pick different colors, different patterns that I want to use, because in pop art, we tend to use a lot of, again, really bright colors. You know, our mountains aren't going to be brown and gray and black. We're going to have some purpley mountains, some blue mountains, some pink mountains, some green mountains. We're going to use a lot of bright colors. And again, in here, I'm going to do just kind of I'm going to do some circles. And this artwork is similar to Romero Brittle, which is what we were working on when we were in school and we were working on our pumpkins. We had talked about some of his artwork. He's similar to Andy Warhol, where he uses, again, a lot of the really bright colors, the thick black lines. So that's what we are going to be doing. And again, I'm just thinking of a shape and just kind of repeating it. And then I might leave my sun blank, or I might decide that I want to do, a different type of line. Up here, I might do some swirls. And again, I'm just designing every section a little bit differently. So again, it's not really difficult. We're just having to think of different patterns and shapes. And maybe we leave a couple blank. That's okay. But again, you want to try to do some cool stuff with this. We have the ability to do this. And you want to take your time, because again, we don't want to rush. And then maybe for this last one, I'm trying to think here what we could do. I'll just do some shapes. All right, and now we're gonna move on in a minute to the coloring part. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is after you're done drawing and designing, you're gonna wanna go over your pencil line with either a black crayon, colored pencil, or a black marker. And that is so it gives us this like popped out version. Then you're gonna decide what coloring materials you wanna use. Do you wanna use crayons? Do you wanna use colored pencils? Do you wanna use markers? I am gonna use crayons because I just happen to have them here, and I actually like to use crayons a lot. So what you're gonna wanna do is after you have your coloring materials and you've traced it, you are going to begin making this really colorful. I am gonna use I'm gonna use green and then maybe a lighter green to color my cactus. And then again, my mountains might be blue and pink and purple, and that's okay. So you can start kind of coloring them in however you wanna do it. I'm gonna then, use almost like patterns. So I'm gonna pick like 3 colors maybe for a mountain and color those in. And then I'm gonna just keep moving along. So I am going to put this on the fast mode so that you guys don't have to watch me color for the next, 15 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna color in, and remember to color tight, no light, which means we're coloring in so that we do not see the white paper in the back. And again, just stay in the lines as best that you can. And you're gonna color in the whole paper. So your whole paper will be super colorful. All right, everyone, so here is the finished colored landscape that we did of a desert in the pop art style. And again, just a recap of this landscape is we have the foreground, which is the front. So the things that are in the front are the cactuses and the ground. The middle ground, which is the mountains because they're in the middle. And then our background, which is the things in the very far back, which would be the sun and the sun rays. And again, I hope you guys had a really good time doing this and had fun. I can't wait to see your creations. All right, have a wonderful day. See you later.